What's up, my geeks? Jeffrey Powers here from Geekazine, and today we are taking a look at this thing right here. This is the Hohem iSteady Multi. It is a 3-axis handheld stabilizing gimbal. So let's get to the fun part of unboxing this thing. So here we go. I'll do that. That's all we need that knife for. Thank you very much, knife. Let's move that out of the way. Now we have a place to open it up. So we'll take off the cellophane. Is it still called cellophane? I've always called it cellophane. If you're my age, you know what cellophane is. It's a plastic. Some people call it plastic. And yeah, it's trash now. All right, here we go. We got the iSteady Multi right here. Let's see how it opens up. We got looking around. It looks like it's opening from the back side here, or the front side. So we'll just do it from the back side. And then let's pull it out. Okay, it's going to be one big piece. Interesting case. Oh, it's the case. That's what that is. So as you can see, there it is right there. We'll set that down here. We'll split over here. So this is the case that this all comes in. So there's no styrofoam or anything like that. That's good. That's good for the environment and everything like that. So let's go ahead and unzip this and open her up. And there we go. What we have inside, we're starting with the iSteady Multi manual, and it comes in different languages. They have a QR code down in the bottom corner here. The QR code is for tutorial video. And since English is the first thing, let's open it up really quick and see what we got. It's telling us how to turn it on. And remember, when you get these types of cameras, it's important. They have the calibration method, which you should definitely go through when you set up any device. As you know, phones change. So one phone might be perfect, but the next phone it might need to recalibrate for. So it's talking about charging. I'm just looking to see if there's anything else here. I'm hoping it has some sort of connection. Camera, phone mounting, balancing. They'll be talking about that in there. And then, of course, it's got the joystick that's telling you about what the joystick controls are. There is a app, Hohem Gimbal Instruction. Scan the QR code to download the app. And yeah, so I think that's just instructions, though. Just kind of put that right there. And let's continue on. So right here, this is what we've got. We've got silica gel. Looks like we have a USB micro, USB 2 micro. It's a thinner cable, so that might be just used for charging. We've got another cable here. This is a pass-through cable. Oh, no, it's an adapter cable. It's going from the mini to the micro adapter. So that will probably go on this end, depending on what kind of camera you have. And then we've got a nice phone mount, which will probably fit. Let's do my big phone here. Yeah, it does fit onto the big phone, so it does work like that. But that does, and that of course that's also got a case. So, but that was a little tough to do. I might even replace that, but it is a nice sturdy aluminum construction. So this is definitely a clip that I will keep around with me if I don't use it for this. We've got the tripod, and underneath the tripod, it looks like we have an Allen wrench. Now, I'm assuming that on the bottom here, yeah, there's an Allen wrench connection. So I have a feeling that from time to time you'll have to tighten this because these legs will get loose. But they were pretty tight in opening, so I'm good with that. What do we have here? This right here is probably the counterweights. Yeah, these are extra counterweights, so depending on which phone you have, you will definitely need to put on these counterweights, I would guess. Unless, no, wait, these might not be counterweights. Okay, these are the bottom screws for your camera. My bad. Sometimes these come with counterweights for different types of phones. Got nothing there, nothing there, nothing there, nothing there. And so now we have the main unit. Wow, that is a little bit heavy. 1.28 pounds. That's it. There we go. So as you can see, it's flopping around all over the place, but it's doing it in a kind of synchronized motion. So that's always a good thing. Let's take a look at this really quick. On the bottom, we have a tripod mount right there. On the side, we have another tripod mount. So you could attach it like this onto the tripod. Let me do this. So you can attach it like this onto a tripod if you need to. There's got to be a reason why, and we'll find out soon. We've got a little bit of film here, so let's go back here. Let's take off some of the film. There we go. So right here we have the joystick option. We have buttons that are really hard to read. Let's see. This is the zoom in, zoom out if you have it connected up to work that way. We then have, looks like the record button, and then there's another button. This is the record button with the red dot on it. And there's another button which is going to tell you, it's got 4 settings to it, and those settings are right there. It says PFP, TF, AL, and AF. Automatic focus. I'm not sure of the other ones, but we can read the manual on that. Flipping it around, turning it around, we've got a back button right here, and I'm not sure what that is. That might be an assignable button. It's doing good on its turning. Maybe this is a 6. Nope, there's the lock right there. So yeah, it doesn't turn all the way around. You'll have to turn it back at one point. We have a little opening here. It looks like we got a regular USB-A. So you could probably plug this in probably to the computer or something like that. We'll find out. And then a micro USB plug right there for charging, most likely. Maybe this is for charging as well. I don't know. Once again, as we go forward, we'll take a look. Nothing on the other side, but we do have some indicator lights right here. And then let's see, is the battery in here, I guess? So the way to turn it on, let's find out. So let's zoom out a little bit so you can see this. And let's hold down the battery. Let's see what happens. We got a green light. And I'm feeling it. It's actually doing something. It's not. I should probably have it up like this. It's got no camera on it, so we've got this vibration going. Can you hear that? Anyway, that because it's trying to figure out what to do. We'll turn that off for now. Yeah, when you get a camera like this and you don't put any type of camera in the counterweight, it's going to get really confused. So let's see what happens here. Yeah, it's still vibrating because it can't go through its process of stabilization. So that's okay. We'll get through that in a second here. Let's take a look at this because there's a little bit more to this stabilizer than meets the eye. It's like a transformer, except not. So let's go back up here. Oops, too far. We're going to the stem here. There are some adjustable parts right here. This right here looks like to adjust for a large camera or a smaller camera. And it's got some sort of locking function. And I'm assuming it'll slide in and out. There we go. Slides in and out. A little bit tough, but that's okay. So we're gonna lock this right about here. Turn lock right there. Okay, so what else we got here? As you can see, it kind of rests to the start position, although it is a little bit tipsy this way. I would kind of expect these things. Maybe if I did it like that. Yeah, there we go. If I did it like that, then it's nice and perfect. It was the mount was on one side, so that makes sense. Okay, on the mount itself, we got this little red lever, and this, when we loosen it, we'll be able to slide the mount up and down, depending on what kind of camera you have. Once again, so we have that. In the front here, it looks like we have a locking plate. And so that'll slide. Does it slide all? Oh yeah, you push down the pin, it'll slide all the way out. And then this is where we would take one of these. Now I'm thinking about it, I bet you these are different screw sizes depending on what kind of camera you have. So this looks like a little bit thicker one. And then this one right here, let's come on out. Come join the rest of us. There we go. Or maybe they are the same size. I don't know. This one on my right side looks to have a little bit longer of a thread. So these might be 2 different thread counts, thread sets. So good to know, and always keep close by. So I don't know which one we'll put in just yet, so we'll leave that on the table. But yeah, with the locking plate, that'll be easy to put on and take off any camera. We're gonna start with the phone as we go. So let's zoom out. Actually, we'll go to the overhead here, and now we got to figure out which thread screw we need. First one, good. And putting this in, sometimes there's an area, yeah, in the center. Sometimes they're usually on the left or the right side. In this case, this is in the center. There's little notches in the center, so that means that's where you bring the camera in. And as you can see, there's three lines here. So depending on what kind of camera you have, you have to figure that out. But you set it in the center and you start twisting. That is where the entry point is. If you try to turn it in from the left or the right side, it will not go in because it's not. The entryway is not big enough. So now it slides through and it doesn't pull out unless you take it to the center and start twisting it. So that'll be a nice locking configuration there. We'll put on the camera, the phone mount, and then we'll use my phone. Hopefully nobody will call me as I'm recording here, but we'll use my phone as the first option right here. So now there it is right there. Pretty straightforward. And one thing that I've always found is you got to make sure that little handle, because it's got these little screws have handles, so you can turn them easier, but make sure that handle is flat down when you try to put it back into the gimbal right there. So that's pretty much the first part. So we'll take this and we'll lock this back into place. And I might be doing this wrong because I don't know how this is going to set up. And I'm going to put this on the tripod because apparently locking it into place is not, it needs a third hand. So I'll put it on the tripod. And of course you could probably put this onto a different tripod mount if you wanted to. But this is perfect because now I can show you all this. So now we're going to take the phone mount, which I already know that I have to turn some way. Either I'm doing it right or I'm going to have to return it. And then I'm going to push down the top pin here, and I'm going to take this thing and I'm going to slide it right in. And then I'm going to turn it down to close it up.